저희가 조지아주 하원 6선거구는 예전부터 유진철 후보가 출마했던 선거구여서 제 관심을 좀 많이 가지고 있던 곳입니다. 그리고 저희 스튜디오가 위치한 곳하고 아주 바로 옆에 붙어 있는 선거구여가지고요. 특별히 더 관심을 가지고 있는 곳인데 전에 보도해 드린 대로 도널드 트럼프 대통령이 제이크 에반스 후보를 지지한 바로 이 인물입니다. 제이크 에반스 후보를 지지하고 지금 여론조사 내용들도 대략 살펴보면 제이크 에반스 후보가 좀 더 앞서가는 것처럼 보이고요. 그리고 이제 후원금 모금한 내역도 보면은 단연 1등으로 앞서고 있는 모습을 보이고 있고 해서 지금 당선이 좀 유력해 보이는 인물이기도 합니다. 그런데 트럼프 대통령의 지지 성명이 있고 나서 저희가 바로 연락을 취했는데요. 기억하시는 분 계시겠지만 저희가 중간에 감기가 걸리는 바람에 인터뷰 일정이 조금 늦어져서 이제서야 인터뷰를 좀 전해드릴 수 있게 됐습니다. 직접 한번 들어보시겠습니다. 가장 제가 인터뷰 하고 나서 가장 핵심이었다라고 생각했던 부분은 뭐였냐면은 트럼프 대통령한테 지지를 받는다라는 것이 당선을 보장한다라고 생각하는 게 아니라는 거죠. 뭐냐 하면은 오히려 트럼프 대통령의 지지를 받았더니 공격이 더 심하더라. 역풍을 맞는다라는 이야기를 합니다. 더 많은 사람들이 공격한다. 더 이상은 이제 내 개인의 선거가 아니다. 이것은 마가, 그러니까 미국 우선주의 후보자와 기득권층 후보자들 간의 싸움이다라고 지금 이제 이야기하고 있는데요. 직접 한번 들어보시겠습니다. 어떤 후보이고 왜 출마했고 무슨 생각을 가지고 있는지 전해드리겠습니다. Thank you for joining us our show.
Absolutely.
Would you introduce yourself to our audiences first, because most of Korean Americans does not recognize you well. So
Yeah. Jake Evans, running for U.S. Congress in Georgia's 6th congressional district, which is a district that includes North Fulton, East Cobb, Forsyth County, East Cherokee, Dawson County, and a little sliver of Gwinnett County.
how many Asian Americans do you have in your district?
I don't know the exact number. I would say it's probably 10 to 20% in that realm. And that's a demographic that I focus a lot of time and effort on and growing. And I think Asian Americans share the same values as where the Republican Party embodies. And so I think it's a great fit.
Oh, okay. What is your background?
Great question. So I'm from Georgia. I grew up in Douglas County, Georgia, which is a suburb on the west side of Atlanta. I went to University of Georgia for undergrad and law school. I'm a double dog. Early in my career, I started practicing law, and I decided I didn't want to be just any lawyer. So I started fighting for my convictions of what I believed in, which included election integrity. I actually fought all the way before the United States Supreme Court in 2020. I'm the only lawyer in Georgia history to overturn 2 elections in the same race. And our churches, I fought for religious liberties, and our churches against liberal cities, which are trying to take religion out of our society. And so those are avenues that I put front and center of my campaign. And we've had big momentum. I'm running, a bold, unafraid conservative campaign and fighting to get our country back on track.
All right. Okay. Most of all, I'd like to congratulate that you getting the President Trump's endorsement already.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about his endorsement? Because what do you think? Why Trump has choose you?
Yeah. Well, I've been running a bold, unafraid America First campaign since the beginning. So I announced last July. So I've been in the race for a while, running in the 6th congressional district, coming up on 10, 11 months. And I think President Trump wants fighters. He's a street fighter himself. He went to Washington, D.C., took on the establishment. He took on the Democrats, and he wants people that are going to fight for his principles and do it in a very, very unafraid, unapologetic fashion. So throughout my campaign, that's what I've been fighting for. I've been very bold and unafraid in what I believe in. I've shown a fighting spirit, a new energy, invigorating spirit to bring America back. And I think that's what he's looking for. I expect he'll run for re-election in 2024. And he wants America First fighters that are going to stand up for him, that are going to stand up for the principles that made America the greatest country on earth. And so I've been unwavering and steady in those principles throughout my campaign.
What do you think about your district? What is the most important or urgent issues in your district now?
Yeah. Well, for all voters, I mean, this inflationary, hyperinflationary crisis is a big issue. I mean, gas prices are hitting record highs. Grocery store prices are hitting record highs. And this is an
Right.
issue that hits the bottom line for all Americans. So we've got to get control of and eliminate these government handouts. We've got to invigorate the American economy by reducing taxes, reducing regulation. We got to bring energy independence back to America. Under President Trump's administration, America was 100% energy independent. And that's something we've got to get back to. But that's the big issues. Election integrity is something that a lot of Americans still have a big focus on. Secure borders, making sure we're not having dangerous illegal immigrants coming into our local communities, making sure that we're putting Americans and American jobs first. And those are the issues that I've been campaigning on, and the issues that we hear a lot on the trail.
Can you make some promises to your constituents?
Well, sure. I'm going to promise to always be a fighter. I'm going to promise to always put the people, everyday Americans first. I promise not to fold to the establishment in D.C. I promise not to fold to the media or the liberal elite or the radical Democrats. And I really believe in my heart we've got to have unafraid freedom fighters that are going to get to D.C., put the people first, get back to the foundational American principles which made America the greatest country on earth. And in that respect, I will be unwavering. I've been unwavering in my campaign. And if I'm blessed enough to get to D.C., I'll be unwavering in those promises to the people of Georgia's 6th District as well.
If you become a congressman, if you succeed in your campaign, then which committees do you want to participate and what do you want to do with that committees?
Well, right now I'm focused first and foremost on winning my primary. I mean, I haven't allocated too much thought to any leadership positions at all, including committee assignments. I'm mainly just focused on ensuring that my message is resonating, ensuring that I'm meeting voters, knocking on doors with voters, shaking hands with voters, hearing what their number one concerns are. And then if I'm blessed to win the primary, I'll have a general election and I'll have to defeat a Democrat. So those are my number one focuses. And if I'm blessed enough to get to DC, I think I'll focus on questions like that. But right now I want to focus on winning these elections and putting the people first.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Korean Americans in your district? Have you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have many times, and I have many Korean American friends who are very close to me. And so I think, like I said, they're very hardworking. They're very industrious. They're very entrepreneurial. And so they share the same value systems the Republican Party espouses. So I think they should absolutely vote Republican and help us get our country back on track.
Oh, you believe that Korean Americans are most Republicans?
I think they should
what
be.
makes you
I think they should.
Okay, that's good. Have you ever visited South Korea before?
I have not yet. You know, I've been so busy, I haven't been able to do as much travel as I would like. But South Korea is absolutely a place that I would love to go to as soon as I'm able to. And go on a delegation to South Korea would be a dream come true for me.
Do you have any comments on them? That if you have some wishes to the Korean Americans or Asian American community, then you can really talking right now.
Well, listen, I'm always going to put all constituents of Georgia's 6th District first. As I said earlier, I think Korean Americans are very special, and they're special in contributing to the fabric of American society. I think they undoubtedly espouse and further many principles that the Republican Party was based on. And so I welcome them and would be very blessed to have their vote. And I would, like I said earlier, learning more about their culture. I've had the opportunity to go to Taiwan. I had the opportunity to visit Thailand, and having the opportunity to visit South Korea will be something that, as I said earlier, would be a dream come true, and learning more about their culture and this extreme success that they have had there.
Do you have any poll results? The recent one, do you have it?
No, you know, the polls are constantly moving. You know, with President Trump's endorsement, we're in a very strong position in our race. It is ours to lose. We're continuing to work hard, though. We're not taking it for granted. As you probably know, President Trump's endorsed candidates fare very, very well. I mean, I think his record in this cycle is 58-1. So he's only lost one election, and that one was with a candidate that had a scandal on his hands. And so we feel very, very confident about our prospects for winning. But we're not taking it for granted. We're going to work hard. We're going to meet voters. That's our number one goal, is putting the people first, listening to what their big issues are, because that's what's most important. That is why I'm running, which is fighting for everyday Americans.
Okay. Do you have any personal wishes or personal goal for your life? That's quite different question, but
yeah, it's a broad one there. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want to be the best person I can be. I've got a beautiful wife. We're going to win this race and start a family here shortly thereafter. So I'd love to be, a great father and be a role model for people across the country, across the district. I'm very hardworking. I take everything I do very, very seriously. I try to be the greatest at everything that I do, and I try to make a difference. I sincerely try to make a difference and leave everything that I inherit in a better position than I obtained it. And so those are goals. I want to be a better person tomorrow than I am today, and that's what I strive to do every day when I wake up.
Oh, I see. Some critics say that the relationship between your father, and President Trump made that endorsement for yours. So, what are you gonna say about that, critics?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's completely false. I mean, President Trump doesn't make any endorsements out of gratuitousness. I mean, he takes these endorsements very, very seriously. There are a million people begging for President Trump's support, many of which have powerful fathers or mothers or anyone that's connected to it. He endorses the person that is the best candidate for the race, and he made that endorsement of me. And if anyone wants to take it up with President Trump, I encourage them to do it. Ask him firsthand why he endorsed me and if it had anything to do with anyone other than me. And I think he will unapologetically say Jake Evans is the best guy for the 6th District. And the reality is, anyone President Trump endorses, they get attacked. And there's always blowback. There's always a lot of blowback from President Trump's endorsements. And that's not unique to me. You look at them across the country, people go up in an uproar. Quite frankly, I think that the blowback in my race has been far less than it is in some of these other races. But what matters most is what we are going to win this race for the people. We're putting America first principles first and foremost. I hope that President Trump runs again in 2024. I'll fight for him, fight for his agenda. We're going to get the country back on track.
Yes, we really want to back our country back. Well, everyone says that the country is going the wrong way right now. Under the Biden administration, right? So, okay, let's wrap this interview. Lastly, it's personal question actually.
Okay.
Among the other candidates in your district, who is most difficult one for you?
None of them. I mean, I'm not focused on any of my the other candidates in the race. I'm focused on me. I'm focused on our campaign. And at the end of the day, now my campaign is far bigger than just about Jake Evans or about my campaign in and of itself. We are the MAGA campaign. I am the America First candidate. And so this is about a movement. President Trump created something special. He delivered for the best years we've had in a very long time in American history. And there are many weak-kneed Republicans throughout this country that are jeopardizing the success that President Trump had. And so I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to turn the 6th District back red. I'm on a mission to fight for the America First principles that made America the greatest country on the planet Earth. And I'm on a mission to eliminate weak-kneed Republicans from the face of politics. There are weak-kneed Republicans in my race. There are people that are in it for one reason, and that's because they're just searching and begging and digging, scratching for a way to Washington, D.C., and they're willing to do and say anything to try to get there. Those people are destroying our country. And so I'm going to take them down. I'm going to get to Washington, D.C. I'm going to fight for the everyday American. I'm going to do it in an unafraid, unapologetic fashion. And we're going to make a difference. I sincerely mean that. And I'm not going to stop working until we do.
Okay. Thank you very much for your answers. And I wish you good luck and may God bless you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed joining you today. And you have a good day, sir.